Bruins friends, it is time to hug it out! Because that is a 5-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. Quick thing. If tonight is completely incomprehensible, I blame exactly one company. Falling Whale Games LLC. For their hit game, Watch Hockey, Get Drunk. Where you do two things. You watch hockey, and you get drunk. No, this is not an ad spot. Please, 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 Falling Whale, please sponsor me. You're gay. Before we get into anything, please join the Nolan Hockey Podcast Discord. We're having a lot of fun. We're getting a lot of more people. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Come on. I know you're yearning for some sort of community. It's a tough world out there, and sometimes you gotta line on a couple of people to keep you going, and we can keep you going. We can absolutely keep you going. Now you're probably wondering why the Audible video is not being done yet. I'm trying my best. Life really got in the way of me these past couple of days. A couple arguments, a couple frustrations. It's not been the most harmonious where I'm at, but we stay trucking. Now, going into this game was going to be a little bit weird. This game was going to be a little bit scary. Charlie McAvoy, for personal reasons, out of the game. I am not really interested in knowing what those personal reasons are. That is entirely his matter to deal with. I really don't feel like prying into his personal life. I'm a fan of hockey. I'm not so much of a fan of hockey players that I pry into their personal life to know exactly why they did not show up for a game. So, McAvoy is not playing in this game. Casey Mittelstadt, as well, not playing in this game. This is a little bit more concerning. Mittelstadt has been undoubtedly one of our better players as of the past 5 or 6 games. He's translated fantastically on the wing. But he did end up sustaining a little bit of an injury in the Ottawa game, and so he's out with an upper body injury for a little bit of time. And speaking of injuries, Elias Lindholm finally being placed on injured reserve, and up comes Alex Steeves. Now, Alex Steeves has been playing decently well in Providence. The problem is that Lysell has been playing better. Merkelov has been playing better. Patrick Brown has been playing better. A lot of players have been playing better than Alex Steeves. And there's a part of me that wants to chalk this up to management hates the kids. I feel like that is the easiest answer. I don't think that Occam's razor really applies here. Casey Mittelstadt, over the past 6 or 7 games, I'm not making the joke, has given the Bruins a lot more to cheer for than just his offensive output. He's also been really effective on board battles. He has been the main reason why the Bruins have gotten into transition a little bit more, or rather forced other teams into transition. Casey Mittelstadt has force-femmed many NHL teams. He's forced them into transition a lot. And as much as I love Fabian Lysell, I do not think that his skill set entirely replaces Casey Mittelstadt's. In terms of offensive upside, he eclipses Steeves and Mittelstadt without barely even trying. But at the same time, you're not necessarily looking for someone who can fulfill Fabian Lysell's skill set. You're looking for someone who can fulfill Casey Mittelstadt's skill set. And Alex Steeves in this game, really good. He had some really crucial board battles, and shit, this team played phenomenally. 2 goals given up on the power play. Okay, you kind of want to get some of those back, and that's a little bit frustrating. I don't entirely like giving up multiple power play goals in the game. But if 2 of the 3 goals that a team as offensively gifted as the Toronto Maple Leafs, 2 of the only 3 goals that they score have to come on the man advantage, sure, I'm fine with that. And honestly, this game was a clinic from the Bruins. Because For the entire game, until like halfway through the third period, the only member of the core four that I really heard, and for what it's worth, I will still call it the core four because I'm not going to act like Mitch Marner's skill set is perfectly translatable to Matthew Knies, but Knies is right now, he is the setup man for Matthews. More realistically, Matthews is the setup man for Knies. Because Matthews has not had a good season. He has not had a good season. And to that degree, Knies was the only member of that core four that I really heard the name of for pretty much the entire game. Tavares, I heard his name a couple of times. Matthews, I only heard his name once, and it was in the third period. And that should terrify Leafs fans. You're paying this man $13.25 million. I don't think that is that money well spent? Because right now it don't sound like it. So Tavares, I didn't really hear his name. Matthews, I heard his name like once. And Nylander, he was making some decent inroads in the third period, particularly with the almost goal, and we're going to get to that. But I think it's time we rewind a little bit to the first period. Chalk another one up on the list. Oh my god, it is only game 17, and this is the 8th game of the season that we've allowed a goal on the first 3 shots of the game. But, on the other hand, the Bruins immediately respond with 2 goals on back-to-back shots. The first 2 shots that Anthony Stolarz faces. I'm not going to lie, Anthony Stolarz is the best player on the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. And that is not an exaggeration. He is the reason why that team has been playing well. And it is just a damn shame for them. That team is so unbothered. And that's a problem. That is certainly a problem. Steve Dangle has talked about the DNA of the Leafs a lot, which is pretty fitting because the racist asshole who took credit for DNA being discovered today died. Steve Dangle is hoping that with that racist asshole, the Leafs DNA dies with it and gets rebuilt into something akin to the Boston Bruins. And I know that it hurts people to think that they want to be a member of the Boston Bruins. Let's be real. Let's be real. The Florida Panthers right now, the Florida Panthers for the past 4 seasons have been the model team for the entire NHL. And how did they get that way? By having skilled players, absolutely. But also by being pains in the asses of everybody and having really good goaltending. And who has been the most notable pains in the asses of everybody with really good goaltending that's been one of the best teams in the league pretty much since the turn of the century? The Boston fucking Bruins. The Leafs want to be the Boston Bruins. And that's why Bobby McMahon wanted the smoke with Nikita Zadorov. Which, really? Really, of all players on the Bruins to pick a fight with, you're picking a fight with Zadorov? You're dumb. You're dumb, you're stupid, and I hate you. Because you're dumb and you're stupid, and I hate you. Because you're dumb and you're stupid, and I hate you. In any case, the Leafs want to be that so bad, but they have no idea how to. They only know how to get, really, the decent goaltending. Like, they have... Admittedly, they have the pieces, they have the skill. Okay, they have Matthews, they have Nylander. They have the pains in the asses, they have Steven Lorentz, and oh my god, Max Domi. And they have the good goaltending. It's just not a cohesive unit. It's not a cohesive unit in the Leafs. And they play like it. They play like they fucking hate each other. The Bruins, immaculate vibes. And I think that locker room harmony is a big part of this. You don't really get to being a good team without having a proper locker room. What made the 65-win Boston Bruins so fun to watch it wasn't just the fact that they were putting up insane records almost every single night. It was because the locker room flowed like magic. Every single player on that roster cared for and appreciated each other. The Leafs, they don't have that harmony. This is a locker room of players that do not want to be within the same time zone of each other. And it results in a team that plays like it's on 20 different time zones. And that's exactly what the Leafs ended up doing tonight. Now, I said we'd get back to the Nylander almost goal. And we're going to. Oh, we're going to. This was crazy. 4-3 Bruins. By halfway through the game, the Leafs have pulled Anthony Stolarz and put in Dennis Hildeby, which, honestly, I feel like they should have been putting in Hildeby probably a couple years ago. Like, Hildeby's been one of their best goalie prospects. Like, the only prospect that's been better than him has been Joseph Woll. I feel like he should have come up through that pipeline a little bit quicker. Although, he is a goaltender, and goalies usually have a little bit longer of a development period. I know Sebastian Casa has only come up as of late. Like, it took Swayman until he was almost 24 to come up. Like, it's been... Like, goaltenders have a longer development curve. I'm getting in the weeds. Editor Bex, fucking edit all this out, please. In any case, Nylander, off the top crossbar, off the back post, out and off of Swayman's pad. Everybody thinks it's a goal, except for the refs. And they know exactly what happened. By the way, David Pastrnak with a fantastic 398th goal. Just weaving in and out. Just telling Simone Benoit, give me your fucking jockstrap. And just crushing it in his hands. And dangling right through him and through Anthony Stolarz. It's just an amazing goal. Just an amazing goal. Mikey Eyssimont had a really good one. Morgan Geekie, an amazing one. But the best goal of the night, Fraser Minten. Fraser Minten with like 3 minutes left in the game. Mark Kastelic, by the way, with a really, really good takeaway. And passes it off to Fraser Minten, who is wide ass open. Kick your feet up. Have a spotty, why don't you? The first one of the season with that, where that one's concerned. God damn, it's been 17 games. This one could have easily been nothing. Like, Morgan Rielly was right there to just lay out and stop the puck that way. Does nothing. The dude does nothing. You're paying that man $8 million, Toronto. What's up? And Fraser Minten with a blast past Hildeby. And that seals the game against his former team. Minten's been playing amazing. And I still stand by what I'm going to say in the Ottawa video when that finally gets put up. Bruins should really consider giving him a contract. And I'm not talking about like a couple year deal, like a 3x3. No, I'm talking about give this man the contract he gave Coyle. I am straight up saying it. Give this man 6 years, $5.25 million. His 200-foot game, you haven't had someone that can facilitate a full ice presence as well as this since Bergeron retired. And it's something that this team has desperately. Bruins don't score on the open net. Leafs don't score. And that kills the game. And what a game it was. We've won six in a row. We've won 6 in a row and 7 of our last 8. This is getting serious. The 2023 squad was special. I don't think that this squad is on the same level in terms of how good they are. I think that this squad is on the same level in terms of vibes. And winning 6 in a row. The harmony in the locker room rubs off on, shows on the ice, and it makes the locker room that much more harmonious. And the sound of victory. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the ping of a William Nylander shot ricocheting off the top crossbar, off the back post, out of the net, onto Jeremy Swayman's pad, and out of the crease. And that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.